camp is in the other room, plus we need volunteers for the Texugum concert and people to make snacks and stuff, so.
Is that on here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll remember if you don't, but if you don't mind me butting in, I'll.
Oh no, you're good. I got it.
Okay.
I'll remember.
Cool.
And that's for the Bombers thing, or
No.
no? That's for.
There's a sign up for the Bombers. You want to sign up and get tickets.
Right.
And then you want to sign up to be a volunteer for the Texugum concert the Friday before, the 18th. We got 2 minutes.
No fade out. Back in the day, we called that a razor blade fade.
They just got carried away.
I think Loris is in the older hymn. This one. Yeah.
Got 1 more minute.
I'm addicted to it now.
Feel that right today?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I just woke up, my stomach was kind of meh, so I took me a minute to get ready and stuff.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley. My name is Reverend Kiya. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm very happy to see you all here this morning. We're going to start out by singing number 305, which is Alice's favorite song, De Colores. All the colors, yes, the colors we see in the springtime with all of its flowers. All the colors, when the sunlight shines out through a rift in the clouds and it showers. All the colors, as a rainbow appears when a storm cloud is touched by the sun. All the colors abound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors, yes, the colors of people parading on by with their banners. All the colors, yes, the colors of pennants and streamers and plumes and bandanas. All the colors, yes, the colors of people now taking their place in the sun. All the colors abound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors, yes, the black and the white and the red and the brown and the yellow. All the colors of people who smile and shake hands and say hello. All the colors, yes, the colors of people who know that their freedom is won. All the colors abound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de fuera. De sound great.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley, UUCBV, or Brazos UU for short. My name is Kat Wild. My pronouns are she, they. We are a welcoming congregation, which means that we celebrate and welcome all peoples across diversities of race, gender, sexual identities, age, ability, immigration status, and belief. We are also a congregation working towards reproductive justice. So whoever you are, wherever you have come from, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here.
A call to worship this morning comes from Winston Churchill. He said, "Many forms of government have been tried and will be tried in this world of sin and woe. No one pretends that democracy is perfect or all-wise. Indeed, it has been said that democracy is the worst form of government except for all the other forms that have been tried from time to time." I want to take a moment and bow our heads if you are of people who do that. For all the people in the hill country who are suffering from the floods, who've lost people. I've heard from Reverend Philip at the Kerrville UU Fellowship, and everybody is fine in the fellowship, and the church is fine. Just want to let you all know. So if we just take a moment. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
It is time to light our chalice. Do we have a chalice lighter for today? Yeah? Alrighty, the chalice lighting words should be on the screen. We light the chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, as a beacon of hope for all who seek justice, dignity, and compassion, and in celebration of the life of truth and meaning we share together. Now all please join me in saying our affirmation statement. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
As Unitarian Universalists, we believe there is a spark of the divine in every being, including all of y'all. And this is your great opportunity to say howdy to the other sparks in the room, especially the ones you don't know their names yet. And if you are one of those people who just don't like people and you don't want anyone to talk to you, just put your arms like this and people will know that you are not the hugging kind. Okay. I will let you know when it's over. I'm hitting it again just for fun. Those of y'all who know, there are two people that work at this church. One is me, and I had a couple weeks off, and now Allison has the month of July off. And so we have limited RE, but we do have people in the nursery, and I get to tell you the story today. So that's exciting for me. And Ken and I are going to play you a song by Woody Guthrie that's a true story about an outlaw named Pretty Boy Floyd. Because in the 30s, things were a lot like they are now. And it was very difficult to see who were the good guys and who were the bad guys. And this song tells you the whole story. Yeah, please. Well, gather round, you children, the story I will tell about Pretty Boy Floyd, the outlaw. Oklahoma knew him well. Was in the town of Shawnee on a Saturday afternoon. His wife beside him in the wagon as into town they rode. Sheriff in a manner rather rude, using vulgar words and language his wife she overheard. So Pretty Boy grabbed a log chain and the deputy grabbed a gun, and in the fight that followed he laid that deputy down. So he ran through the trees and bushes, he lived a life of shame. And a crime in Oklahoma was added to his name. He ran through the trees and bushes on the Canadian River shore, and many a starving farmer, an outlaw at their door. Many a starving farmer, the same old story told, how the outlaw paid their mortgage and saved their little homes. Others tell about a stranger that came to beg a meal. Underneath his napkin, he left $1,000 bill. It was Oklahoma City, it was on a Christmas day. A carload of groceries with a letter that did say, you say that I'm an outlaw, you say that I'm a thief, but here's a Christmas dinner for families on relief. It's through this life you travel, you meet some funny men. Some rob you with a 6-gun and some with a fountain pen. It's through this life you travel, it's through this life you roam. You'll never see an outlaw take a family from their home. Y'all give it up for Ken. This is the moment in our service where we light candles for anything you want to light candles for. And those of y'all in your seats, this is a good time to do some silent talking to yourself, listening to your heart, praying if you're a praying person. And you walk around this way and go by and get a long match. And then you can light any of these candles here. And I'm going to play you a song called This Old World. This old world is full of sorrow, full of sickness, weak and sore. If you love your neighbor truly, love will come to you the more. We're all children of one family, we're all brothers, sisters too. If you cherish one another, love and friendship come to you. This old world can be a garden full of fragrance, full of grace. If we love our neighbors truly, we must meet them face to face. It is said, now love thy neighbor, and we know well that is true. This the sum of human labor, true for me as well as you. This old world is full of sorrow, full of sickness, weak and sore. If you love your neighbors truly, love will come to you the more. We're all children of one family, we're all brothers, sisters too. If you cherish one another, love and friendship come to you. It is said, now love thy neighbor, and we know well that is true. This the sum of human labor, true for me as well as you. garden full of fragrance, full of grace. If we love our neighbors truly, we must meet them face to face. This world is full of sorrow, full of sickness, weak and sore. If you love your neighbor truly, love will come to you the more. Good morning. Today we reflect on one of the most powerful phrases ever written: we the people. These three words begin the preamble of the United States Constitution, but they also carry deep theological resonance, especially for us as Unitarian Universalists. They speak of belonging, shared power, and the sacred work of shaping a more just world together. We got a lot of work to do, n'est-ce pas? Y'all hear me? There's a lot of work to do, and we can't despair. We can, but we got to get up the next day, right? Watch bad TV and then get up the next day. The preamble of the United States Constitution says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution for the United States of America." The preamble was created at the Constitutional Convention in the summer of 1787. It was probably written by a guy named Governor Morris, who was a senator from New York. He was born in the Bronx. He comes from old money, and his father was a big landowner there in New York City, and he went to King's College, which later becomes Columbia, and he becomes a lawyer. Do you all know his name? I didn't really. He's a founding father, and he wrote most of the Constitution, him personally. So Governor Morris was born in the Bronx, and he was a Federalist senator. He was very outspoken, and he was an anti-slavery person during the Continental Congress, which there weren't that many of them. He was very adamant that slavery should not be allowed in the United States. We like that about him. And he also was deeply suspicious of the West and the frontiers, and he wasn't quite sure that he wanted to give equal citizenship to people, hillbillies like us. So he thought the aristocracy was more enlightened, more educated, and that was really important if you were going to be like doing serious things like deliberating justice for all. We have to look at the good and bad and read enough of the times to see the tremendous amount of struggle it takes to expand the we. The history of our country is an ongoing debate about who is included in the protections of the Constitution and who is not. Who is included in the we? Who have we left out? And what does it mean as a spiritual people to expand that circle ever wider? Well, I don't know if you know this, but when it started, it was only white people that owned property of a certain kind of white person. Now, it's been changed over time. Thank goodness. And this perhaps is the first period of time where maybe we're losing some of that, and we've gone backwards. It's not the only time we've gone backwards. We don't talk about this stuff. They don't teach it in elementary school history. They don't teach it in high school history because it's messy and gray. But the more you study history, the more you will see that this that we're going through is just one of many times that we've had to go through this. I don't know if that makes you feel better or worse. Let's be honest, the original We the People in 1787 did not include women, indigenous people, enslaved Africans, or poor white men without property. The circle was small. The people resisted. They dreamed, they organized, they sacrificed, and the circle began to grow. That struggle continues today. For most of our history, we've been expanding the circle, but every once in a while we backslide. This is one of those times. Some have called this another Gilded Age. Y'all know about the Gilded Age, roughly 1870 to the 1900 period. That's when the railroads were coming on. That's when Carnegie was doing steel. That's when labor was really struggling, and they were like shooting up people with National Guard. Oh, that's now. It was a period of rapid and economic growth. And it's very difficult to say that we had faced significant social and political problems. This included, see if this sounds familiar, widespread poverty and inequality, corruption in government and business, and harsh working conditions, particularly for immigrants and the working class. So how did we get out of it last time? The Gilded Age came to an end with the reforms of the Progressive era and the New Deal. Anybody ever hear of William Jennings Bryan? Texas voted for him. Actually, the whole West voted for him. But this other guy got elected. His name was William McKinley, because he wanted to keep the gold standard. But people were starving, and they weren't able to pay to move their farm goods on the railroad. They were being charged so much interest on their debt that they couldn't keep their farms going. And so they changed the way we do money gradually, and they gave women the vote. And they did a lot of other things that are really progressive. What happens after a period of this kind of psychoness that we are in is a period of progressive movement. But we, the people, have to make that happen. We, the people. It's our business. We are the citizens. It's not we, the rich people. It's not we, the corporations. It's we, the people. So the Gilded Age came to an end with the reforms of the Progressive era, and then after the Depression, FDR and the New Deal, which most of the people were like, oh no, this is going to ruin the country. The progressives are going to ruin the country. They're going to change things. Oh no. I'm just saying, it's been done before, and it worked out pretty well. Those years saw countless changes in the rules of economic life, as well as new taxes on the rich people. They taxed the rich people. That was what they did. That's how they got out of it. And then they had social spending that gave the great majority of Americans a better life. Women's rights and labor organizing helped too. In the face of voter suppression, rising authoritarianism, and policies that divide rather than unite, our faith calls us to stand firm in our belief that democracy is a moral imperative. It's spiritual. It's not. I was talking to somebody about this morning. I'm not going to call them out. But, you know, the Christian churchianity does not own spirituality. They do not get to decide what we think is spiritual, what we think is important, what we think is a moral imperative. Amen? All right. In the face of voter suppression, rising authoritarianism, and policies that divide rather than unite, our faith calls us to stand firm in our belief that democracy is a moral imperative, not just a political one. It is rooted in our theology. This fight is spiritual. This fight is a moral challenge, and we need to meet it like our ancestors did. How many people have ancestors that fought in the American Revolution? Yeah. That means y'all were poor. Your people were poor. That's good. How many people had people who fought in any of the wars in the United States? Yeah. We come from serious stock. We come from people who stand up to tyranny and stop it. Democracy is not just a system of government, it is a spiritual discipline. It requires us to listen even when we disagree. It demands humility, that no one person or party has all the answers. It asks us to show up, not just for ourselves, but for our neighbors. It teaches us that community is holy. That's one of the things I think that is very true about our community, is that we treat it like it's the sacred thing that it is. Everybody belongs here. This is a safe place for everyone, and we're going to try our best in our human frailty to make that true. Help me. Help us do that. In our congregations, we practice this every day, that we vote on our budgets, what we call our ministers, when we shape our mission. These are not just procedures, they are rituals of trust and commitment and of love. Today we ask ourselves, who is still waiting to be included in the we of our world? The migrant at the border, the trans teenagers under attack, the people sleeping in their car, the disabled elder whose voice is not heard, the future generations whose earth is being scorched and mistreated. We, the people, must become all the people. Our faith calls us to nothing less. Friends, the work of democracy is not done. The work of love is not finished, but we are not alone. We carry the flame of generations who believed in a better world, and we walk together in covenant toward that vision. What that means is, when you're having a bad day, every other day, when you watch the news and you can't stand it and you have to have an extra piece of cake or something, right? It's okay. Let somebody else. It's just like we're in a choir, and when we're singing a note, sometimes you got to breathe in the middle. But you don't all breathe at the same time. Everybody just take turns. Help each other out. There's nothing wrong. There's no shame with saying, I'm too tired today. I'm staying home. I will never shame you for missing church. I won't. Everybody's got to take a day now and then. Totally okay. Let's rest and stay in the game, okay? Rest and stay in the game. Even Caitlin Clark sits down on the bench every once in a while. We, the people, must become all the people. Our faith calls us to nothing less. We carry the flame of generations who believed in a better world, and we walk together in covenant toward that vision. We must embrace all the responsibilities of active, informed citizenship. It is our turn to make our ancestors proud. Let us say with courage and compassion, we, the people, all the people, one planet, one sacred promise. May it be so. Amen.
Now let an offering be taken to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. This church shares the proceeds of the offering plate donation every week to help support important nonprofit organizations with which we work. The 4 groups we voted to support with this year's donations are Tiny Hope Village, Brazos Interfaith Immigration Network, the Pride Center, and Unlimited Potential. We vote on this every May at our congregational meeting, so please be as generous as you can.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream Valley. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me, a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. Y'all help me out. This land is when the sun came shining and I was strolling and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling. As the fog was lifting, a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made. As I was walking, I saw a sign there, and on that sign it said no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. This land is your In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I seen my people. As they stood there hungry, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever turn me back. This land was made for you and me. One more time. This land was made for you and me.
We give thanks for these gifts we have given, for those we have received, and for each other. May your generosity return to you tenfold. We have several announcements today. So the Love and Joy Choir is back and is rehearsing on Thursdays at 6 p.m. And then Pam Johnson is going to be hosting a 5-week workshop on Wednesday evenings for anger and anxiety management. And this is open to all folks ages 14 and up. Jeff Graber is hosting a public reading of the Declaration of Independence after service today. If you're interested in reading, please let Jeff know. Please do not forget that Allison is off for July, and all services will therefore be all ages, and the nursery will be available depending on the child care worker availability. We thank you in advance. And then we have our upcoming Repair Cafe is going to be on July 26th, not the 29th. There had been some stuff that said the 29th, but it's going to be on July 26th for the next Repair Cafe. And then on July 18th, we have the Texas UU Justice Ministry concert coming up. If you would like to sign up for that, speak with Reverend Kiya, or it'll be in the Fred today. And lastly, we have the Bombers Baseball Night coming up. On July 25th is the UU baseball at the Bombers game, so there's a sign up for that as well for the tickets. So you could talk to Reverend Kiya about that as well. And now we will extinguish the chalice. Please join me in extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we gather together again.
UUCBV night at the Bombers baseball. You need to sign up for your free tickets and then pick them up at the will call. And Brian's going to throw the first pitch out. And there is hot dogs and beer. And there is also fireworks at 9:30. Pretty good. So don't miss that if you can help it. Okay. And now we're going to sing together if you choose to. Remember the way of the wind and breathe and blow. Remember the way of the fire and sparkle and glitter and glow. Remember the way of the water and ebb and flow. Remember the way of the earth and grow. Go in peace and come read with Jeff.